Welcome back to Late Night Live. I'm here talking to illusionist and street performer Brad Hart. We've had a couple of tricks in the first half of the show. Now, you're quite new to street performing in Manchester. Tell me a little bit about how long have you been doing it for?
I essentially have only done 3 sessions, 3 full days starting last Saturday. I actually did a full 7 or 8 hours and they did very well, and on that day I met a special person. Now that special person was known as Dynamo, the magician, the man who walked on the Thames, and I was actually just doing as I do, performing, and he comes up to me and taps me on the shoulder and says, "I've been watching you from afar, keep up the good work."
Now that must have rattled you. Even a consummate professional having sort of someone like that suddenly, appear by magic, if you will. So you have to see what I did there. That was cheeky.
It's nice.
Thank you. I've been working on that all night. What was it like meeting him?
It was extraordinary. It was out of nowhere. If I would have approached him, that would have been totally different. But he approached me. I'd heard that he was in Manchester performing the night before, as my friend went to see him, and it was just, I can't speak about it. It's just extraordinary. Out of nowhere, a famous magician comes up to me, taps me on the shoulder, and says how well I'm doing. It just gave me the biggest burst.
I mean, I suppose specifically for a young magician sort of coming through, having sort of an idol like that come up to you. I'm trying to think of my nearest comparison piece, and I almost certainly think I would just crumble into a little kind of ball, sort of we're not worthy. But obviously you kept performing that throughout that day after you sort of died. I mean,
well, it was not a good day until then. I was about an hour and a half of performing, and I had very little people come up to me. And then when he came, the day just massively changed. It was as you say, it was like magic. Out of nowhere, the day just changed, and audiences started coming in, and the day was just perfect. My first busking session ever.
I mean, what is it about sort of street performance that sort of, where's the appeal of it for you, really, if you can pinpoint it?
It would be just, I love, magic connects people. So you don't have to speak the same language, you don't have to know them. It's a thing that everyone can understand, everyone can connect by. So I just really wanted to make people happy and connect to people that I'd never normally meet in everyday life. So by going to the streets, it gave me this, it also helped with the confidence of meeting random people, new people, and it just helped connect people that I would never normally socialise with.
I mean, is that a challenge, do you think, with meeting sort of obviously new people? It's complete strangers that are coming up to you. I mean, are you ever sort of afraid that it's kind of not going to work with them when you kind of pull them over, or when they come over to you?
Well, there's always that worry that something could go wrong, but as long as you believe personally that nothing will go wrong, it normally won't. And as also said before, if there's lots of practice involved, you've been practicing, it is practice itself when you're performing. But personally, I've never really properly failed performing, but the chance is always there. But I try to minimise the chance if possible.
And what's best reaction you've had from sort of someone in the early days of street performing?
Wow, I've had people running off, swearing, shouting people to come over. I had this man, and I was actually getting people for me, running over to them, come over here, out of nowhere, people screaming, I'm magical, and it's just outstanding, some of the reactions. You can't comment on how well they're just amazing, some of them.
I mean, now performing in Manchester, now you've got to battle it out with quite a few competitors, I would imagine, on Market Street of various different types of busking. I mean, we showed a little VT earlier, a little kind of documentary that kind of looked at a number of the performers. We had the windswept man, who was quite a fixture in Manchester. I mean, what's your view on sort of other kind of street performance, really, and how do you compete with that?
Well, I believe that you should respect the other acts. If they respect you, you should respect them. So it's almost like you're all friends. So you'd never meet them before, but I see the windswept guy, and we just talk like we're friends, because we're both performing, and we'll all both respect each other. And as long as we're both in our own space with each other, and we're not being rude to each other, and it's not going up to people and saying don't go over there, then everything's good. But there's not normally much competition. You're all very happy, nice, and get on with each other.
I mean, have you, just in your sort of, very short experience, I mean, is there any sort of standout buskers that you think, yeah, they really kind of encapsulate that kind of essence, if you like, of what street performance is?
As in, like, very good performers.
Yes, you know, because obviously you've got a huge variation. It's not just illusionists like yourself. You know, you've got the traditional kind of forms for statues, a lot of musicians, obviously, as well down there in Manchester. I mean, what's Manchester really like as a busking kind of arena, I suppose, really, for the kind of people that you have down here?
I'd say it's phenomenal. The thing I love about Manchester is it's so diverse. You can go to Manchester and each day you'll see something different. You'll see a different singer or a different performer or a man levitating. It's a show in its own. It's like a paid show. You go there and there's always something happening, always something to put a smile on your face. It's an extraordinary place to perform.
Now, illusion and magician at the moment, it's very much on the rise. How are things at the moment for you as a young magician coming through, if you like, at the moment?
Well, it's very hard because at such a young age, you've got to try to find your own identity as a magician. You don't want to you want to follow magicians, but not be the exact same as them, as you need to find your identity to get somewhere. So a young gentleman came up to me the other day and asked for some tips about busking, and I just gave him the straightest I could. You know, try to be confident and learn off your mistakes. But as a magician coming up in the society, it can be very, very difficult, as there's since people like Dynamo and David Blaine have come more on the rise, a lot more of younger children want to take it up. So there's a much, much higher demand of magicians.
I've got to ask you, now I know you can't really tell me very much, and that's the most frustrating thing. I think you might know where I'm going with this. The Magician's Circle.
The Magic Circle?
Yes.
What would you like to know about it?
I need to... Well, how do I get in to start? That's first and foremost. I'm going to cut straight to the chase. How do I get into this thing? What do you? Well, because obviously I'm using you as an example. You know, what have you had to do to get yourself there?
Well, there's multiple magic circles. There's the Magic Circle in Manchester, which I'm based in. That's a junior section. So essentially, you just apply for it. And
what's the age restriction on that?
There is no age restriction. It's born till 16. That's the junior. And then you got the senior in Manchester, and then you've got the one in London, which I believe you have to audition for. But they're all connected, all connected. So as long as you perform magic as a hobbyist or a performer, you've got any chance of pretty much getting in. But it's a very close circle, as they say.
Because obviously you have this idea that, you know, now a magician never shares his secrets. I mean, how kind of strict is that within the magician's circle? Again, I'm not trying to get you into trouble in any way, shape, or form.
There has been people removed from the circle for revealing tricks on live television. It's not meant to be done, but if you reveal it, you kind of seen as a bit shamed upon in a way.
I suppose it ruins. It ruins. Yeah, I mean. You know, I mean, I've been completely clueless so far, unfortunately. But no, the kind of flicks that you have.
Cardistry.
Yeah, I mean, what is it about them that, I mean, because they're very, very beautiful in the way that the cards move. I mean, in terms of how long you've been doing that for, like, how have you got to this point now where you can just do these wonderful?
Well, the thing is with a deck of cards, they are so diverse because there are only 52 cards in the deck. So when you're practicing, you drop them loads because you're always messing around with them. But that's a total different branch of magic. It's known as cardistry. So as you said, like twirling the cards around, making them look, it's beautiful. It's more of a presentation piece, more of like a dance with hands than actual performing art. But yeah.
Now I believe you've got one last little little trick for me, which I'm not going to get, which is going to hugely frustrate me and probably means I won't get very much sleep. But I'm determined to catch you out this time if I can. Okay, let's warm up for this one. Okay, what I'd like to do is take out any playing card, any single card you like, any card. So keep I don't know how to keep my eyes on your eyes or your
Yeah. Now, it doesn't matter if I see the card, okay? But to show the camera and sign the card for me.
Okay. We in business there? It doesn't matter if you see it.
Doesn't matter if I see it.
Doesn't matter if you see it.
Okay, it's a very nice card.
Okay, so
Can you just keep the cap off me, if that's okay?
keep the cap.
Yeah.
Keep the cap off?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, show the camera this. So we've got the 7 of hearts. Okay, now we're going to take the 7, okay, I'm going to fold it. Okay, we'll fold it like so. Now this is going to come across really strange. I want you to open your mouth and bite down on it.
Okay.
It's strawberry flavour, I don't know if you can taste it, but...
Oh yeah, pretty nice.
Yeah, pretty nice. Okay, so look, we're going to take the next card up. Show you this, the Ace of Diamonds, okay? Now I'm going to sign my name on it, okay? My name is Brad.
You're just done this to make me look stupid.
No, it's honestly, it's beautiful. It just tastes gorgeous. Okay, look, we'll take the Ace of Diamonds with my signature on it. Okay, I'm going to take that card. I'm going to fold that one up as well. Okay, now this is going to come across really weird. Can I borrow both of your hands, please? Okay. Yeah. Show the camera this. As I open up the card, you'll notice that his card, the 7 of Hearts, which is signed, jumps into my mouth, and in your mouth, which will go over to, you can take the card out, you can open it up. I will not touch the card, you can take it out.
Okay.
Take the card out.
Okay.
Give it an open.
Oh, there we go.
And there's my card, and they actually visually switch places.
Absolutely fantastic. It has been a pleasure having you in tonight. I think the people of Manchester, look out for him on the street. We'll be here, and I don't think we've seen the last of you by any stretch of the imagination. Join us again after the break when we'll be back for some more late night chats with Guy Otten and Heather Fletcher. Don't go away.